Everyone, this is where I'm spending my honeymoon. It's a beautiful renovated cottage, and I'm just sort of panning around so you can see how cute it is. It has this great big 4-poster bed. How cool is that? Weird little curtainy things. These lovely fluffy cushions. Very comfy bed. As we go over, this is the view out of the... It's a very little window, but it's really pretty. It's a private estate, and they just sort of rent out these little cottages, which is really sweet. As you can see, it's raining outside, hence I'm inside. We went out earlier today, but it was a bit miserable, so we're going to stay in and just chill out. And what you can hear in the background is my husband playing the violin, having a little practice there. Now, I didn't choose this cottage because of this beautiful little vanity table. I'm thinking I would quite like one of these for myself, and woo, there I am. So this is my little vanity table, and what I thought I would do is go through the things I've taken away. I don't know if I mentioned, but I only have one small case to take away. If I pull it out from under the bed, you'll see what I mean. That it is tiny. So I put my foot on it. There, you'll see it's really tiny. It's your average sort of flight case. So my husband and I had one of these each, and then this sort of bag in the corner that could go in the boot of the car. So not great. Pop that back under the bed because it's empty. Now the vanity table. Let's see. I'm going to sit on that lovely comfy seat. First of all, I'm going to go through my cleansing sort of stuff that I took away. So this is Dermalogica PreCleanse, and it's fantastic. It just shifts everything effortlessly. It's a dry oil, so you put it on your face dry. Easy, it's just kind of like that, and it's a clear liquid, a clear oil. And this is fantastic because all you need to do is put that on your face, so you don't need to wet your face or anything like that, and sort of let it melt the makeup away, and then wet your hands and sort of rub it around your face so that it sort of dislodges everything, and it turns into sort of a milky liquid which you can then either wipe away with a wet cotton wool pad or just wash away. Really lovely, and it's part of the 2-phase system, so you can use a cleanser on top of that, but I find that is more than enough for me to cleanse with. Now I bought that while I was actually away, so I didn't have it when I left home. I bought it while I was on the first leg of our journey, so before that I was just using my trusty rosewater glycerin and oil formula to shift eye makeup, but I find that this pre-cleanse is really good too. So once I have cleansed, I will just spray my face with a bit of this, which is the Body Shop's Vitamin E Face Mist. Just a quick spritz of that, a tiny spritz of that, and that's your toning done. You don't need to wipe away anything. Now, depending on day or night, if it's the day, then I will use this, which is an aloe vera gel. This one is from Holland and Barret, but you can get them from lots of other places. And once that's on, I'll just pop on some Factor 30 face cream. For some people this might be too much, so you might consider using a Factor 15 or a Factor 20, depending on how your skin takes to it. Because sometimes it can be a little bit sort of, it can make your skin look purpley, which you might not want. I don't mind so much. I tend not to look that purple. And then if it's the night time, I'll use this, which is a facial oil, a vitamin E facial oil, and I'll use this as well, which is the Vitamin C Intensive Night Treatment. The Vitamin C I will use on my chin, my nose and my forehead, and then on my cheeks and down my neck I'll use the Vitamin E facial oil. Because my skin is combination, I don't want to use anything too oily on my T-zone, so I use this, the Vitamin C. And then because this isn't oily at all, in fact it's a very strange texture, but you know, it makes a fantastic base. So now I'm going to move on to my makeup stuff. So I brought all of my makeup in this thing, and if I put this tube on top, you'll see it's really not very big. All it could fit in here is just a few little products. So I had to think really carefully about what I was going to bring. Now in there I have just a few. I've got some tweezers, a nail clipper, a pair of scissors, a nail file, a mirror and a sharpener. There's nothing else in there at the moment. And then I've got this little drawer that I've sort of depotted. All of this, believe it or not, fits into that case. Now I'm going to go through all of this in kind of order of that I use it. So after I've prepared my face, this is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Concealer, and this is medium, which is pretty good for me, a very, very good close match. So I will pop that on first, and I will pop that mainly around my nose, under my eyes, and on the inner eye, corner of the eye. So that's cool. That's the first thing that goes on. Now, another recent purchase of mine was this, which is a Pot Rouge for Lips and Cheeks by Bobbi Brown. It's £16 and I got one from Harvey Nichols. And I went for this colour, Velvet Plum, number 4, which looks a bit like that. It's really hard, I'm sorry about the lighting in here, it's not great. It's kind of, it is a plummy colour with a really lovely hint of a rose pink. Now, I bought one of these for my sister for her birthday, and this, that was I think called Raspberry, and it's a much, I was trying to decide between the two, which one would be better. When you put them on, there's not very much difference. I think the Raspberry has definite more bluey pink in it, so it looks a lot, I mean it looks exactly like Raspberry, it's, you know, it's almost shocking pink, it's beautiful. But for my everyday colour, I wanted to have something which was very close to my lip colour and not too pink, kind of a brownie pink for my cheeks. So this was perfect, it's really lovely, and you don't need a lot. I mean, I put 4 tiny dots on my cheeks and then just a slick over the lips and I'm done. And I just sort of blend that in a bit and then move on to my foundation. Before I got the Bobbi Brown, I would normally use this. This is just a little sort of sample, and it's called SukiColor, and it's their equivalent basically. And this one is in a colour called Dahlia, and I love this one. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very similar to the Bobbi Brown, but has a slightly different consistency. The Bobbi Brown is more slick, so it's a sort of a thinner, whereas this is a cream stain. So absolutely gorgeous. And when I do bridal looks, I tend to give the bride one of these little sachets to give to her husband-to-be or chief bridesmaid, and she's done. She just needs to use this all day, and it's pretty good because it stains as well as gives you a lovely colour. Okay, next up is my foundation. This is Barefaced Beauty. It's their mineral foundation, and it's in the colour Sincere. There you go, that's better. Barefaced Beauty Mineral Foundation in Sincere. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's about £12 and you can buy it from barefacedbeauty.co.uk, and I think £12 is a fantastic price for a mineral. I've paid a lot more, I've paid a lot less, and not been very happy with either. So when I found this one and I had a little sample of it, it lasted me an absolute age. It lasted me months. The colour for me is perfect. The consistency is absolutely gorgeous, and it has a slight shimmer to it, which is really nice because I have found mineral foundations can be a bit flat on the skin. So I absolutely love this one because it has a tiny bit of shimmer, so it doesn't sort of dull out your face or your complexion too much. I also bought my old faithful Urban Decay Primer Potion for the eyes. I also have this, which is by Lumiere Cosmetics, and it's called Rested, and it's their 3D eye, and it's kind of a yellowy powder, very finely milled, that I will use over the eyelid and under the eyelid, and it just sort of brings out that area without it being, what's the word, sort of shimmery and glittery, which doesn't look great if you're having photos taken. You tend to look a little surprised. So this is lovely. It's a little powder. I'll show you a little bit. And it's not, there we go, it is a yellowy sort of powder, so great for hiding any greyness or redness under the eyes. Really nice. And you need a tiny bit I bought 3 palettes of eyeshadows with me. I bought this first one because I wanted to have a really good play with it, and it is the Sleek Safari palette. There it is in all its glory. You can see that reflected in there. Lovely. So it starts, it's mainly greens, so these 4 in the middle, sort of there, are greens. And then we have sort of 2, we have a yellow here, and then more of a bronzy yellow here. We have a bronze, a gold, shimmery brown, a matte black on this side, and kind of a matte sort of mid brown. So you can do an awful lot with this palette. And if I get time, then I will certainly do a couple of looks. So I wanted to bring a palette like this. 1, because I haven't used this palette very much, and 2, because I felt I could do an awful lot of with this. I could do lots of evening looks, day looks, and I've used it already quite a bit to do a couple of looks for sort of going out in the evening. So that's the Sleek palette, the Safari palette. And then I brought these 2 as well. These are my old favourites. Absolutely brilliant. This one is Drama by e.l.f. So you can see you've got a nice range of colours for doing smoky eye in there. And then this one is their sort of everyday browns, and it's called, take the what's it out, and it's called Butternut. So you have a lovely goldy colour here, mid brown, very dark brown, and a lovely sort of warm brown at the top. You can do an awful lot with this palette. Really nice, and suits every complexion really. So those are the eyeshadows that I brought along, and then I also brought my e.l.f. Duo mascara. So one end is regular and the other end is waterproof. My Barry M black kohl pencil, quite versatile and soft, really good for smudging. Now I've got a couple of lip products here. This is one of my favourite everyday colours. There we go. It is this one, and it's by Be Never Too Busy to Be Beautiful, and it's their lip cream in Belle. And this is sort of gold leaf on the top that you gradually sort of mix in to the lip cream as you use it, if you want a bit more sparkle on your lips. And I just adore the packaging. It's so cute. I have a little tiny tester here. This is by a company called Lumiere, and it's their lip gloss in Spice. It's a beautiful, everyday, creamy lip gloss. I have my old favourite. This is Almay lipstick in Healthy, and it looks like this. It's very similar to the Velvet Plum by Bobbi Brown that I showed you earlier. Now I've also got this, which was sort of going out sort of look. This is Wanderlust by Sleek, and it's tricky stuff. I'll do a separate review on this later, because it's not that easy to use, but it does work. It lasted me, for a lip gloss, it lasted about 3 or 4 hours before reapplying, so I was quite pleased with that. And I brought this along because I wanted to try it mainly, and I have done, so I'll give you a full review on that later. And then finally a lip pencil. Again, the Sleek lip pencils are really kind of cool. This one is Chestnut, and it's a twist up, so it just looks like that. And I like this one because it's a lovely everyday colour for me. I have 2 everyday colours. I kind of like a muted pinky sort of rose colour, or I like a spicy sort of reddy orangey colour. So that was my sort of whirlwind tour of the things I bring with me. Now what I didn't show you was which brushes I brought with me. So here they are. I bought my Kabuki on a stick, which is that one. So I bought the Kabuki on a stick by Coastal Scents. Because I was bringing a mineral foundation, this was just perfect. And it's really good for buffing in my blusher as well, so really cool. Then I brought, this is a Jemma Kid brush. I'm not sure you can get this anymore because I got this from Boots, but they recently stopped selling in Boots, and I think you can only get them in Space NK, I think. Not absolutely sure. But this is great because it's a rounded sort of dome brush for your crease, and then on the other end it has a liner brush, so it's just really useful. That's why I bought it. This is a really good blender. This is from Coastal Scents. And it's very different to any blenders I've used before because it doesn't splay out at the end. It's got green on it from the Sleep palette from the evening out the other night. And I really do like this. Is a lovely blender brush because it is great for going in the crease and lifting colour upwards and really giving it a lovely blend. So this is my new favourite brush as well. And I only think I brought my favourite brushes. This is a sort of a flat eyeshadow brush by the Body Shop, and it is their eyeshadow blender. And it's really good. It's lovely for patting on colour and sort of a final blend, and it's really good. So I'd only bought 4 brushes, can you believe it? So there's all my stuff in the little drawer. So I'm not going to be buying any more makeup because I really can't fit any in. But I have to say that's my little capsule, and I can get an awful lot out of that. I could have brought less stuff really and got away with it, but you know, I'm pretty comfortable with that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!